Good morning, Columbus, and welcome to another edition of From Our House to Your Home, the Remodeler Showcase. My name is Marty Reed. I'm your host, and the show is brought to you by Frog Hauling. If you want to clean your garage, your basement, your yard, dispose of a neighbor, think of Frog Hauling. I'm just kidding about the last one part. And if you're a remodeling contractor and only the best product will do for your customer, think of Frog Hauling. We carry 5 different sizes of containers so that you never pay for more container than you need. Well, as everybody knows, I bring remodelers on the show, and we usually talk about remodeling projects, design, build, da-da-da-da-da. But today we're going to do something a little different because you also know that I bring product suppliers on the show. And today we have with us Sandy Birchfield of Bob's Wholesale Carpet. And I'm going to get an education in carpet today because I don't understand any of it when it comes to the different types of carpet. All I know is it's carpet. So anyways, Sandy, welcome to the show. It's good to have you here.
Thanks. It's good to be here.
Okay. I put everybody on the spot, and you're included in this. I'm sorry, you have to introduce yourself. And you can't say, I'm Sandy's of Bob's Carpet. You got to give us a little bit more so that people, they can relate to you. Go ahead. Say whatever you want.
Well, I'm Sandy.
I gotcha.
From Bob's Carpet.
See, I gotcha.
We have a flooring store in Lancaster, Ohio.
Okay.
And my dad started it in 1979. So we've been in business now in the same location for 38 years or something.
So does that mean that you're doing something right at Bob's Carpet?
Can
I assume that?
I hope so, yeah.
Okay, good.
But we do all types of floors, not just carpet.
Okay.
So any type of flooring that you would need,
go into it. You do, what are the different types? You do laminate? I don't know. You're the expert.
Hardwood, laminate, the new LVTs, the WPCs, tiles, vinyl, anything.
And you're a family-owned business. And do you have your own employees that are the installers, so to speak, or does some of it get subcontracted? How do you do it?
The installers are subcontracted, but they have worked for us for years.
Years and years and years. Yeah. So they're part of the business, so to speak. Okay. You're in Lancaster, but as I understand it, you also service Columbus. Yep. You do a lot of business here.
We do. We do a lot of business in Columbus and all the surrounding areas. We're not afraid to go anywhere.
And I guess it begs the question, why Columbus? Is it because people have heard about you? What do you think it is? Pricing? How do you end up doing business in Columbus?
Well, there's a lot of people live here.
Okay. And when they're looking for carpet, they go shopping in Lancaster. Is that it?
Well, a lot of word of mouth. Probably our best advertisement is word of mouth. We do your neighbor's home, and they love us, and
so they're going to call you.
So then,
okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if you had a shop here or two, but I guess not. Okay. I said this earlier, and I mean this. I'm gonna try to be serious. That's very hard for me to do, but I'm gonna try to be serious. I don't understand anything about carpeting, and it was brought to, believe it or not, to this weekend. I have one of my sons just bought a new house, right? So he wanted to go get new carpeting. So I didn't take him to Bob's, but I promise they'll visit Bob's. Someone else that knew us that's in that business, and we went and took a look at the carpeting, and I don't want to get that involved in it. I said, well, it's my daughter-in-law's choice. You know how that goes. But I kind of overheard, and they're talking, and they're going, well, this is a polyester blend. This is a nylon. I'm going, what are they talking about? So I'm gonna have you help me educate my audience today, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Go down when you're talking about carpeting. the different blends of carpeting, perhaps what they're good for, maybe durability, stain resistance, that kind of thing? Because I think in terms of, the only thing I really think I know about carpeting is, well, if it's wool, it must be good. It must be top of the line. Yeah. But I don't know that that's true. So I'm gonna turn it over to you. I mean, kind of talk about,
polyesters are a less expensive raw material.
Okay.
So a lot of people, when they're picking carpet, are just going by how it feels. And everybody wants that big, thick, plush hand. And they can get that with polyester. And it's generally less expensive. The problem with polyesters are they don't hold their appearance. They have a tendency to lay down when you walk on them or set furniture on them, and they don't come back up by themselves. You have to pull them back up, and that'll work for a while, and eventually they lay down and they're down. But, you can get a polyester in a really, good price range, and it's stain proof. It's made from recycled plastic, so for landlords, apartments, rentals, that sort of thing, it's great. Good price, looks nice, and you can literally clean it with bleach if you have to.
You're kidding.
Mm-mm. No, the color goes all the way through it. So they're not going to tell you to clean it with bleach, but I would test a corner, but you should be able to clean it with bleach.
So it is durable.
They're all durable. You're not going to wear holes in any of them. Polyester is going to lose its appearance quicker.
Okay. So it's made of plastic. Wow, that's interesting.
And then nylons came out in 1959.
Okay.
So when you hear someone say, I've had the carpet in my house for 25 years and it looks great, but it's outdated, they have nylon. If it's 25 years old and looks great, it's a nylon. It retains its appearance. The yarn is able to hold like a spring-like shape, so it just naturally comes back where it started. It's not going to show pathing and crushing nearly as quick as a polyester. And it's extremely stain resistant, but not stain proof. If you spilled bleach on it, you'd have a big orange spot. It would take the color out.
Okay.
And then there's a new fiber.
Well, wait a minute, nylon there. Yeah, okay. The nylon, is it how does it, I think what you're describing wears pretty well.
Oh, yeah. It's as strong as steel.
Okay. Is it an expensive carpet?
It's going to be more expensive, yes, than a polyester.
Okay. And how about the thickness? Because you said a polyester is usually a thicker carpet?
Or it's a fatter, fuzzier yarn, so you can get a bigger hand. When you feel it, it feels...
Oh, okay.
Like it has more density, more plush. Nylon is a cleaner, slicker finish.
Well,
you can still get a big hand, but...
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I noticed this weekend was there's a lot of carpets that look like, I'm old school here. I'm an old guy. See my face? I'm old. I call it the shag carpet. You know what I mean? They have that kind of look has come by where there's a thicker pile to the carpet, the shag, but it's loose.
Right.
Can you get that in a polyester and a nylon?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. You can get that in either one.
Right.
Okay. I interrupted. What's the next carpet?
Like 12 years ago, I think it's been about 12 years ago, Mohawk and DuPont actually teamed up together and developed the first new yarn since nylon back in 1959, and it's made out of corn. The raw material, they wanted to develop something that was more green, more environmentally friendly, and so they figured out how to extract the sugar from corn, and that's their energy base. So it's more environmentally friendly. It performs like a nylon. It's able to hold that spring-like shape, and in the whole process, they also discovered it's stain-proof. So Mohawk has the only fiber on the market today that has a written warranty that says that they will replace it if you get a stain on it that cannot be removed. And And that's called Smart Strand.
I'm writing this down because I'm going to have you come out to my house and show me some Smart Strand.
Yeah, really nice stuff.
Okay, but I'm going to warn you in advance. When you come to my house, I'm going to make you deal with my wife. And let me put it this way. It took 3 years to figure out the paint colors in our bedroom. Okay? But I did tell her, because we're finally getting it painted, I said, I want new carpet. So this is a timely conversation.
Perfect.
But you're going to have to figure out how to help her find the right color.
Oh, we can do it.
But that brings me to my next question, because when I was at this carpet store, one of the things that I looked at was they had like a display, and I would describe it as, it was the kind of display that you would look at and say, I'm going to make a rug out of that. You know, like the patterns. Not like the solid color, that kind of thing.
Right.
When people are making rugs, do you have a suggestion what they should use, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter. It's whatever your personal preference is. There's patterns like the floral, more oriental or traditional rugs, or we can make an area rug out of, the carpet that's in your bedroom.
Oh gosh, no. I think it was the first. I bought this. It's a condominium, and I bought it. I don't know, 3-4 years ago, and all the carpet was brand new. So what does that tell you? What would you guess?
I'd say they put an off-white and polyester.
Thank you. So as I learned something today, see, and I said I wanted to educate the audience today because that carpet's laid down.
Yeah. And they
that's
do a light color because it shows nice.
Yeah, so that's why I said to my wife, I said, if I'm going to go through the trouble of painting in here, I might as well get carpet that I want to look at, and it'll probably be wall-to-wall carpet. That's just me in the bedroom. But I've got some other areas of the house now we're actually starting to get into remodeling. I think my wife has come to the end of the 3 years, and I made her make a choice on some things, because otherwise she would have never done it. She would have just kept showing me pictures on house, and I would have kept nodding my head going, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. Which I really don't have an opinion. Okay, so let's do this. Once again, I want to tell the folks, tell them how they get in touch with you. Because you're in Lancaster. You have a website.
We have a website, which is under construction right now. But there's something up.
Yeah.
And I think it's, mybobscarpet.com. Is that right? No. What is it?
Look, I found it this way. I went and looked at your website. I always do. Bob's Carpet, Lancaster.
Oh, okay.
There it popped up.
Well,
okay. Good. And then if they want to call you, give them a phone number.
It's 740-687-5796.
Okay. Let's move to the next. I've already mentioned it. You got to talk about wool. Every time I talk to, I'm going to call it not a carpet store, but the rug people, and I've had a few of them here. They always talk about wool carpet as being the top of the heap, the Rolls Royce. Am I being fed a line, or is that correct?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think maybe back in the day, it was.
Okay.
But, new technology, things change. Wool is just like your wool sweater.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to clean.
Yeah, that's true.
It may last forever, but
it's like
how do you clean it?
Oh, that's true. See, I've got some, Oriental rugs that are made out of wool.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got to be 40, 50 years old, easy, something like that. But they are kind of a pain. I'm tired of that look. I'm not Oriental anymore. I'm contemporary.
They're nice, but it's a process to get them clean.
Well, this corn thing that you did is called Smart Strand.
Yes.
And it's Mohawk?
Yes.
Okay. When you come see me, well, I should ask this question first. Do you pay an arm and a leg for a smart strand over something else?
No, just an arm.
She's catching on here, Mr. Producer, that I'm not going to let her be serious during this. Okay. We're going to take a break in a minute, but before we do, let's take a break. And then when we come back, I want to talk more about the new floorings that are come out. We talked a little about laminate, and I think it's called LTV. I think that's a really great product. I've seen it, so I want you to tell the folks. That's another new one, like the Smart Strand, that I think is going to have really a big impact in the marketplace. So let's take a break. We'll be right back.
What do you think?
I think you're perfect.
Oh, okay. Since I don't know.
Why did you tell me she's such a nervous Nelly?
I didn't know.
I get nervous when I have to be like on display.
No.
Better.
I've never seen that sign of her.
Perfect.
Bob'sWholesaleCarpet.com. Dingbat.
It's my Bob's Carpet.
I think that's an email address or something.
Yeah.
Or like Marty did it, Bob's Carpet Lancaster.
Yeah.
Google. Use Google.
Yeah, use Google.
Google's wonderful.
Yeah. No, you're doing fine.
No, you.
Yeah, I don't. Can I have
Oh, yeah,
Well,
that's why it's there
yours
for. I
anyways.
forgot to tell you.
I started
Yeah.
choking there for a second. Don't get comfortable because you're going back in a second.
I'm kicking. I'm gonna make you do it, Pam.
This is the easy part.
I don't know jack about. I know I have Smart Strand in my house and it does come clean.
Really?
But she doesn't really know about carpet.
I ain't
And
in
this is the
business
easy
anymore.
part. You went through the hard part. The easy part is you've only got about 10 more minutes.
Now see how fast that went? We were on the air for 16 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You didn't even know. We're going. This is really going to go quick
Yeah.
now. Okay.
Ready?
We'll make this a regular thing.
Here we go. Okay, let's do
Look
it.
out. All right, here we go.
Welcome back, everyone. Once again, we're talking with Sandy Birchfield of Bob's Wholesale Carpet out of Lancaster, Ohio. And yes, they do business in Columbus. They do a lot of business in Columbus. So it's a family-owned business. Been around 1979?
Yes.
Okay. And as I tell my audience, anybody that's been around that long, they're doing something right. Because as a small business, you wouldn't be in business. It's that
Exactly.
simple. It's that simple. Okay, before the break, we talked a little bit about, I said there's some new products. And one of them is, it's called LTV vinyl.
LVT.
See, I don't know
You're
anything.
close.
That's why I have
I
you
know.
here. LVT vinyl. I have seen it in Tour of Remodeled Homes, NARI. And oh, by the way, Bob's Carpet, I should say this, is a NARI member. And I tell people that all the time because I only bring on NARI members because they're the best of the best. So there you go. Tell people what that product is. It's a fantastic product.
It's a luxury vinyl tile or plank,
Okay.
and it's a high-end vinyl that is it's a click and lock system. So if you get a plank look, it's typically going to be 8 inches wide, comes in strips, and you snap it together. Normally, when we're doing residential homes and stuff, it's free floating, meaning that it's only attached to itself.
Yes.
So it's not permanently glued to your floor. It's easy to pull up to do repairs to your subfloor underneath. It's waterproof.
Do they make a stick version of that or a glued version of that?
Yeah, they make a full spread glue down version, and that's normally what you're going to see in the hospitals, and that's more commercial.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the home, it's kind of like what we think of as the laminate flooring. I can't remember. I call it laminate, but that was a big thing for a while. But to me, you tell me, LVT, I think it's going to replace.
LVT, right, the laminate. Laminates are very similar, but they are not water resistant at all.
Yeah.
If you use too wet of a mop, when you clean it, you'll damage a laminate floor.
Because it's going to get between the seams and then
And it's
expand.
pressed wood. It's a laminate surface, just like a laminate countertop,
Yeah.
and a laminate backing with a pressed wood in the middle. So when water penetrates those cracks, the
You're
pressed
done.
wood, it's over with.
And, I this is just me looking at this vinyl flooring. don't think of the old days. Now, I'm an old guy. I can say this. I keep saying it. We used to think it was vinyl sheet flooring. And Armstrong had a whole, they were the big boys. And you'd glue that stuff down on a subfloor. And then after 7 years, 10 years, whatever, when you got tired of it, you'd replace it. This is totally different, this stuff they have out today. And what I found to be really different is I don't know how to say it. It's like the facing or what it looks like.
The look of it, the visuals.
You can't tell.
Yeah.
It looks just like wood.
Really does. And they also make a product that's called a WPC, so it's the same vinyl plank, but it's mounted on a plastic core instead of a laminate that was on a pressed wood core.
Yeah.
And it gives you, it's that chunkier feel.
Okay.
It's more rigid, a little more, solid. It's going to hide more if you're going over a rougher surface. And
well, when I walked on it, I didn't even know I was walking on vinyl. I couldn't tell. I mean, it kind of felt like I was walking on wood, and then actually it was George Cleary of the Cleary Company, one of his homes, and he pointed out that it was vinyl. And I went, George, you're kidding me. And I was blown away. If I were doing a kitchen today, that's what I'd put in my kitchen.
Yeah, me too.
Because you can't damage it. I mean, you could damage it if you would decide to cut it or something, but
yeah, you could damage anything. But
yeah.
It's easy to fix. If you did damage it, it's easy to just pull out one board and pop a new one in its place. So,
well, if you have animals, big dogs, I think it's probably fantastic. You don't worry about scratching, tearing it up, any of that kind of thing.
And it's waterproof. So around their food dish, if they happen to have an accident, it's all good.
Now, you do a couple of other products too. We kind of talked about carpeting and we've talked a little bit about the laminate but you do tile and other things like. Why don't you just spend a minute and tell the entire product range that you offer to customers?
Just any type of flooring. So we do carpet, hardwood, ceramic tile. There's some new composite type tiles that are out that are really.
And what are those? What do you mean by composite?
It's a like a ceramic tile, vinyl composite. So you get the best of both. You get the warmth and the little flexibility of vinyl, and you get the lifetime warranty, and the look, the grout of a tile floor.
Well, one of the things, and I'm sure you can address this, is, we talked about the vinyl flooring. I think that tile has come a long way too.
Oh, sure.
We always used to, if you thought in terms of, it's the 4x6, 4x4, 12x12, those days are gone.
Oh yeah.
When you and what they imprint on tile now too, like we did tile in the entryway of our condo. Yeah. And again, these are things you didn't see a few years ago. The design that's put on tile is your designs before were like painted designs or floral, and everything looks like natural now. I mean, it's really cool.
That's the trend. Yep.
And the sizing.
Yep. Just about any size you could want, you can get it.
And as long as you have a good subfloor, let's say you're putting it on a floor, you don't have to worry about cracking.
Exactly. Yeah. Tile is meant to be a lifetime floor. It's forever. It's like hardwood. It's not really supposed to tear it up. People do, but you're not supposed to pull it out and replace it. It's meant to last forever.
Well, but the old school kind of porcelain tiles we had, they were easy to crack.
Well, they're dated.
Especially when my kids took a hammer to them.
Yeah.
Well, I have 4 boys. I always used to, marble countertops came out, and everybody, that was a rage. They had to go get their marble countertop. Not me.
Yeah.
I had Formica. And people would say, well, Marty, why don't you have a marble cut? I have 4 sons. They can cut, destroy, break anything. And you know, you don't go for them kind of products when you have kids.
No.
So anyway,
They had marble countertops.
well, a lot of people, you know, they put
That
in.
was because marble was really porous. It'll stain. So
I-
I can imagine.
Or granite.
It did.
Maybe I got it. Is that it?
Granite.
Granite.
yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't know anything.
Well, yeah.
That's why I had you educate me today. I'm going to go talk to you about Smart Strand for Mohawk. Okay. Okay, we only have a couple minutes left here. So take about 1 minute and tell me if you see there's any new trends that are coming about. Anything new, or have we talked about all of it?
I think we've touched on it. I mean, there's always different colors that are trendy
Oh, yeah.
in any given year. Right now, you know, grays and whites are the big sellers.
Don't bring gray to my house.
Okay.
I'm not a gray guy.
Yeah, it's but I think based on all of the shows that are on television now,
Uh-huh.
for people, are showing how to do things, they're always using grays and whites
Yeah.
together, and that seems to be.
And we see it at the tour remodeled homes through Nary.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. But the LVTs are just taking off like crazy. We do more and more hard surface every day than we ever did before. We still do a lot of carpet, but LVTs, hardwood, tiles,
That's the thing.
that's the thing.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for being on the show. Sandy Birchfield of Bob's Wholesale Carpet out of Lancaster, Ohio. Give them your phone number. How did they get in touch with you?
740-687-5796.
And all you have to do is just Google Bob's Wholesale Carpet Lancaster. You'll get their website if you're interested in doing business with a family-owned business that's been around for over 30 years. There's a reason for that. Give Sandy a call. Sandy, thank you for being here
Thank you.
today. I am an educated carpet man now.
You're ready to go.
I'm ready to go. I appreciate it. Folks, go out and do something nice for somebody today, and we'll see you next week. You survived.
That was easy.
Yes, it